Hello everyone, welcome back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup for Dune Imperium, the Rise of Ix and Immortality expansion. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, and today we're continuing our coverage of the second round of knockouts. This is featuring players that finished third and fourth in their respective group, as well as the qualifiers from the previous knockout round. We have 8 games played now, with only 5 remaining. A reminder that all of the winners of these matches, or as the top 5 scoring second places, will make their way through to the quarter-finals, where matches against all of the group winners and second places await them. And there is already a host of really tough games waiting for them there. First, I'll make a quick mention of Match M while I'm here. This was my second round game, which was ultimately won by Gideon and Creative, who is very likely to go through as a fastest loser. We did not qualify for the quarterfinals, and you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. I think I've played a pretty decent competition overall, but this is just one of those games where nothing really happens for you, and that's how it goes occasionally. Just no opening really turns up, the cards don't really fall your way, you just can't quite seem to get anything going. You know, so be it, that's the way it goes sometimes, but all in all, happy to have made it as far as I did. Feel like I had a pretty decent tournament, all things considered, just couldn't quite find a win here and there. So be it, is what it is. Focusing more on today's video, however, we are going to be watching Match K here. This is featuring It's This Guy Again, Miru313, Chiefcll, and CptWest are qualified from the first knockout brackets. It's This Guy Again came through as a third place finisher in Group I, joined with Amazing VP. This group was heavily dominated by BlackShadow and Dead, who locked up the 2 top spaces with time to spare, so it was basically just a fight for third and fourth, and This Guy Again was effectively the best of the rest. He started off pretty decently, winning his first game in Week 2 as the Baron, but unfortunately couldn't quite keep the momentum going, finishing 4th place in Week 3 as Helena, kind of putting an end to any hopes of a top 2 finish. But a second win in Week 5 as Archduke Armand, and the points being shared amongst meant that this guy again was pretty much guaranteed to find his way into the top 4, and indeed did so with a third place finish as Ilbard, taking the last couple of points in order to make it to the second round. I suspect they'll feel that it was a job pretty well done. There wasn't too much they could do. Again, Blackstone and Dead sealing up the top 2 spaces with a game in hand, and that's how it occasionally goes. So did the best that they could, sealing their way through to the second round here, and we're very eager to try and make it through to the quarterfinals, where maybe on another set of days, they might have found themselves in contention to get through direct. But as it is, they got to go through this one first. Miru just about squeaked their way through to the second round directly in Group E as a 4th place finisher, but it was a 3-way points tie for the position, just about beating out Hizia and Mr. Hyde on average points tiebreaker, but not by a whole lot. It is worth noting Miru's very high average points rating, one of the highest in the entire competition, actually. And this is due to the fact that the one game they won in Week 5 testing events, they finished with 15 victory points, with only 25 between the other 3 opponents. Absolutely destroying that game. But unfortunately was not able to convert that into a challenge for the top 2 positions. Even though they came narrow second places in their first couple of games as Helena and Tesia, they did suffer a 4th place finish in Week 4 playing as Archduke Armand, losing to Care, which meant that they were not able to realistically challenge for the top 2 spots. But doing enough to find their way through straight to this knockout round, although I suspect they might think they're a little bit of an underdog coming into this game, and, you know, they might well be justified in that. There's some very, very strong players around them. Chiefcll also had to fight his way through to get to this point. A kind of narrow 4th place finisher as well in Group G. This one that was won by Orski, who's made his way through to the quarterfinals and is now officially the deepest run he's ever had in any of our competitions. And Holy Boss getting through as well. Another 3-way points tie for the 3rd and 4th positions. Officious, the one missing out, unfortunately. Chiefs' one win came in week 2 playing as Duke Leto, defeating Ecomancer, Baxter, and Justin, and set themselves up for a real push to try and make the top 2 as well. But unfortunately, it started coming undone. Third places with Helena and Princess Yuna, kind of putting an end to any realistic challenge. But a very solid second place behind Orski in week 5 playing as Duke Leto, just about setting themselves up to hold on for a top 4 finish. I've played Chief a few times as well, very solid player, always dangerous on the table, no gimmies whatsoever. I think this will be a very stiff challenge for them, though, to look to qualify in this game, but I think they actually might be a dark horse to go pretty decently far in this competition. It's all about getting through this round, however, is going to be the tough part of this, but I think there could be great opportunity for them to go some distance here, if they can just get through this round. And finally, we have CptWest, who came through as the 6th place finisher in Group P and has had to fight his way through to get to this point. We've talked about CptWest before. We did cover his knockout game in the first round. Match G it was, where he came through as a joint top scorer in the entire round, defeating Daze, Vaseline, and the Heretic. Well, they played pretty solidly, got a really good deck going, and managed to just really convert a ton of points. Played pretty well, and will definitely be fancying themselves coming into this match here. I do think this game is pretty wide open as well. It's really hard to call a winner here. I do quietly think Chief might well sneak this one here, but CptWest has proved that he can win in the pressure situations, and the other two are very strong players as well. So tough one to call this going in. I'm going to put money behind Chief as a bit of a dark horse to go through here, but should be a pretty close match regardless. Alright then, so we're getting ready for the match. This again gets the red seat. It'll be Miru to pick first in the opening row. And let's have a look at the opening row and tech tier. There's plenty going on, as the players are definitely remarking. The Talaxu row is kind of interesting. Beguiling Pheromone, Twisted Mentat, two kind of more particular cards here, which means, you know, Beguiling can be pretty cool. Pairs really nice with a couple of specific leaders. But can be a little bit tricky to get off regardless. Twisted Mentat can be really good if you've got the agent action, the card draw to go with it. The Imperium row is kind of weird. Please don't pick leaders yet. The Imperium row is kind of weird. We've got G-Manipulation and Jessica Arrakis, which do pair nicely with each other in a way, but a bit tricky otherwise. Chome Delegate for shipping, Show Restrict, Esmar Tuek as well. So, bit of a weird hand. There's a lot of sort of specific styles of cards, so might well see that get ripped pretty quickly. Tech-wise, we've got Spaceport, Restricted Ordnance, and Troop Transports. They're all okay. Nothing, like, absolutely stand out that people are going to die for immediately. Troop Transports are probably going to whoever gets shipping first, make a punt for that. So, you know, those could be a bit stationary for a while. And leader-wise, Blue has already taken Baron Harkonnen. So that will leave, which isn't a surprise, so it's leaving quite an interesting choice of leaders, actually, here. But just see who gets picked. Yuna will get picked probably, I suspect, next, but I don't know. But Paul could be solid here. Leto could be okay. I think Leto's going to be pretty popular here as well. So it's going to be, it's a very bits and pieces sort of board, this. We're going to see what the players make of this. It's going to largely be, there's nothing obvious striking out as that this is a clear way to go here. So it's going to be up to the players to kind of improvise a bit, which I think make for the most interesting of games. I mean, it's a little bit disheartening to say Blue saying, oh, they all suck, just because, you know, they're not all Tesias or Beasts, that sort of thing. Like, you know, it's not that clear-cut, and, you know, just because you've picked Baron here doesn't mean you're going to win. And they might be referring to the row as well. The row is interesting. There's a couple of half-decent does. Chiefcll takes Ariana Forvold in the 3rd seat. Now, that is a curious choice. Don't see that a lot. Is Ariana eyeing up early research station? I get the feeling that's what's going on here. I think they're eyeing up early research station. Duke Leto in the 1st seat will have some interesting use because Baron's going to be playing to his right a lot. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Leto to chase factions here. So that could be pretty cool. And then CptWest has got an interesting choice here. You see Paul get picked a lot in 2nd position. He should probably just go Yuna, I think, a lot of the time here. Maybe you can consider early revealing to pick up the Chome Delegate or Esmar Tuek. I could definitely see Yuna and reveal her to get Chome Delegate or something like that, is what I suspect we'll see. So here we go then, getting themselves ready for the match. So again, players having to kind of make this up a little bit as they go along, a lot of them, but I think this should be an interesting little game. See how creative players can get. So let's see what the opening draws are like here. Baron opts for the Emperor along with the Spacing Guild, so a little bit different. Usually you get see Fremen a lot of the time, and I think I would have considered still Fremen here, but it's difficult to lead about here. So opening draws, Leo's not drawn great. Double faction access for Baron. Yuna, and, well, Ariana has not drawn her ring if that's what she was after. If she was going research stations, she's going to have to leave one of her faction cards to the side here, so we'll see how we go. Clocks have been put on here. They aren't actually relevant, though. There is no time limits in these games, so... Leto goes there. Yuna opts to go Wealth instead of shipping early. And Baron and Ariana decides just to barrel Hardy Warriors here. It is the... Wow, what is going on here? It is the Spice Influence Skirmish, very strong. Players are probably going to be absolutely racing along here. Baron's just going to go Fold Space and call it a day. He's not going to care. Leto, I don't know what Leto's going to do here. I guess he's just going to go Technico... Oh, he does. Goes for the early Mentat here. Pines his Signet Ring. He might have to go Haga Basin and use that, however. Why did you decide to go Wealth there? Interesting. Bit of a surprise choice there from Yuna. Ariana will just go Steel Suits. Yep, makes sense. And she's going to win this opening conflict here. Baron can't even deploy. He's got nothing he can do, so he's just going to go Secrets and call it a day. So, kind of a weird opening round. Finds the tiebreaker. It might be useful later, you never know. So, Leto has an action. What does he want to do here? He's got his ring. You feel like you've got to be using it Haga Basin here. He was, I think, I don't know what he's doing. He's also considering just going to Carthag and getting 2 spies for later on. But he could just go Haga Basin and do it. I think for me, I'd be going Haga Basin. Look to get second place in this conflict. Like, Yuna's only put in 1 here. You could probably just put in 1 troop and might even get second place here. So I think for me, that's what I'd be doing. I think you just got to go Haga Basin. I know it's not ideal, but you've got to play what you've got here. And not using the ring ability right now feels awkward, especially when you've got the faction access. It's interesting to note as well, Baron has gone Diplo twice. So he hasn't got any more access. Yellow has also gone Diplo twice. So you might even get shipping access if you chase up the Spacing Guild, because Yuna might not go there. I think you have to do this. Put in 1, maybe put in 2. I just put in 1 troop and call it a day. So Yuna with 5 goes for Esmar. No shock there. Ariana with a couple will take the Show'em Delegate. No surprise there. Firm Grip turns up. No one can get that right now, however. Baron with 3. Oh, Baron's only got a couple, actually. I don't know where Ariana's going to... Is Aaron just going to absolutely jam the Throne Alliance here? I don't know. Just see what's going to happen here. So, Baron with a couple. Is he really... They're considering punting this road to Persuasion. They were thinking about it. Which is kind of wild. And then, it's this guy again with 3. I mean, I don't hate just going like G-Manipulation or something like that. Can't be a bad choice, I don't think. So I'm just getting the camera a little bit better there for you guys. Solid enough card. And we will move on. Leto will be very happy. 1 troop, 2 spies. It's a great result. But yeah, kind of a weird opening round. So why did Yuna decide to go Wealth instead of shipping? Unusual move. Very unusual move. So Ariana does take the bump at spacing, but I mean, I don't see how they're ever really gonna make much use of this. Leto can get hold of the shipping access instead of shipping, but he doesn't have. Of course, he had his ring and both his experimentations first round. So Yuna's just gonna jam Wealth here. Apparently, is going to be the strategy here. It works out in this combat because they're gonna be able to get hold of their Swordmaster hopefully fairly quickly here. Ariana's just going to go smuggling. So Leto's got all the faction access here. He can go whatever he wants here. Steel Suits and False Space feels pretty good. Maybe even go Steel Suits Hardy Warriors once in a blue moon. I don't know. It's just see what Leto's going to do. Surely he's just got to go Fold Space and get that ready for next round. But yeah, he's got all the... He's the only person with faction access right now. Everyone else has spent it. So curious to see what the play is going to be. Baron obviously is going to struggle to use his... he's looking for faction access here. He's looking for his Diplo. Oh my god, he finds it. And he's only going to put in... Oh my god. Well, this is awkward here. He kind of wants to get Masterstroke off. Wow. He's going to have to... Surely he's going to have to Masterstroke at Hardy Warriors, though, for this. I honestly don't think I would have put in any troops here. And I would have just put in 4 with Diplomacy to get ready for shipping next round. I think Miru's missed the trick there. Unifying Strong Arm at Carthag is going to put a couple in here. Obviously, they're just after the money, really. Ariana is likely just going to have a Dickers here at the... she's going to have to just go in probably at Siege or something. I think she's eyeing up. Knows that Yuna's got both daggers, so probably just limp in the one troop. Just stack up on water. Seems fine. So if Baron wants the shipping access ahead of Red, he's gonna have to now Hardy Warriors and put in all 4, which is a complete overcommitment for this fight. So again, Baron with a slight error here, but they're gonna do it. They're not gonna turn it down. So yeah, they should have not put them in at Thingy, but it is what it is. So a little bit unlucky for Lido that Baron, D5, D6'd his Diplo card there. Unfortunate for Lido. Nothing he can do about it. That's just unlucky. And obviously has no access to cash in yet, so this is bad news for Red. Couple of choices. Still Suits is fine. Secrets is okay. I like going Still Suits just to try and cut out yellow, but the problem is you've got to put in 2 troops to do it, so I wouldn't be surprised to see just a trip to Secrets and call it a day. It's just too expensive to get this 2 money. There's not really much you can do about it, so... Does opt for Still Suits in the end. It's going to cost both troops for this 2 money. That's the only problem with this. You don't have to put them in. Yeah, so it's just going to collect the water then, which doesn't feel so great. Maybe they're eyeing up for potential early highline. We'll see. Anyways, so Yuna won't buy. Ariana's got 4 and will take Firm Grip. Baron with 5. I suspect he's going to punt this row and try and look for a big card. Ex-Engineer comes off. Yep, punts it, looking. Stilgar's found, which almost can be taken. Sonikar Legion's okay. Some decent cards there, but I imagine we'll take Stilgar pretty much every day. And then Lido with 3 will probably grab the Truthsayer. Looks a good card. Get some decent access on it. I suspect we'll see Truthsayer a lot of the time. And we'll mosey on from there. So, Baron will take the Mentat. Very expensive Mentat, but is what it is. Yuna is ready for Sword Mastering. Ariana will be able to cash in her Smuggling here to get herself ready for Swordmaster next round, hopefully, is the intention. Now Blue Fine Stage Instant a bit late. Calculate Higher found for green, by the way. Ooh, that's juicy. Not going to be able to make much use of that right now, though, because obviously there is no Mentat. Esma found for Yuna. Ariana finds Charm Delegate, but has no access to shipping. They were hoping to peel it, and they've missed, so problem for them. Cloak and Dagger is the next conflict here. Pretty tasty looking. All positions here look pretty decent, so yeah. Ariana will be a little bit annoyed at the card draw, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Baron's not drawn too badly here, all things considered. He's got Experimentation, Fold Space, and a draw for Faction. Double Daggers as well is interesting. You should see how Baron's going to look to proceed here. I wonder if Baron... Oh, and Ariana has... I think Ariana... Yeah, she has no shipping access whatsoever. Well, she has the Smuggling, and she can obviously go there later. I wouldn't be surprised to see her go Carthag and just put in the troops and then just go Smuggling afterwards. She can't... There's no point going Smuggling now. Ooh, Research Station, eh? Interesting. I don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that at all. So is Baron going to go up and down? Or does he just go double up? Yeah, it makes sense to me. There's no way for him to guarantee he's going to get hold of shipping next round. Ariana's eyeing up just going wealth here, I think, with the Diplo card. Looks like that's the plan. Charmed Delegate will reveal for the rest of the money. So, tough spot this for Lido. G-Manipulation should probably be used to get some trashing done. I'd probably go grabbing some spice as well. Imperial Basin looks decent. There's two players with no water whatsoever. So going Imperial Basin would definitely cut off their options. Especially Baron, who's probably going to want to be... If he's got his other experimentation, will want to use it with his bonus action. So I like going Imperial Basin. Sets up for Conspire action next round as well. But decides he's going to go smuggling first. Not guaranteed to find access next round, though, so taking a bit of a risk. Yuna is in no danger with... Yuna's in no danger at Swordmaster. No one can pip it. There's no one that has, like, Expedite or anything like that, and they can cash in front. So Yuna has an action to take ahead. Again, Imperial Basin looks really good. You've got no water. I think that would be my move, and it is. Don't know if you want to put the troop on or not. It's up to you. Does opt to do so. I suspect that's going to get strong-armed out anyways. If she's putting it in, I think she's going to strong-arm it to, like, do something. So Ariana's got an interesting choice here. She was obviously... I think she's intending to go wealth. Not expecting Fold Space to stay open, but, you know, it could go both ways. You've got the Delegate. The problem is you've got it in your hand now. Like, if Delegate was not in her hand right now... She'd go Fold Space all day. But I think wealth is just solid. Just getting the action economy going. Yeah, I think this is a better move. I prefer this. I don't hate going Fold Space, but you're not going to get shipping for a while, and you can probably get the Fold Space in time. I think wealth is a stronger move here. You want that action economy. It's the best thing you can do here. Baron will just steal suits, I imagine, and does... Now, interesting what Leo's going to do here. Does he go for Haga Basin as well and just monopolize spice? I think when Baron goes steel suits like that, I would be very tempted to think that he's going for Haga Basin here. And I'd be very tempted to cut it off. You don't have to use G-Manipulation. Trashing is obviously nice, but I think Haga Basin is slightly stronger here. And he does agree. So Baron's going to have to think of a different plan here. Baron's got no actions. He's going to bump upwards to get the trash this way instead, which I like. Don't need to bump down for the extra Talaxi bump right now. I think this makes total sense. I like this move. I think it's pretty good. He's going to get hold of a bonus intrigue anyways. Swordmaster for Yuna. Ariana will reveal for free and a couple of daggers. She'll get an intrigue as well. Loads of intrigues about to be scored here. Intrigues all over the place about to be scored. She's eyeing up maybe like not going immediate beetles, but I feel like just taking the beetle and the intrigue has got to be the correct move, right? Spiritual Fervor's being eyed up to accelerate and get the beetle here. Is she eyeing up top decking Beguiling Pheromones? No, she's going to use this for a trash. Okay. Twisted Mentap. Wow. Okay, so that is a surprise. That is a real surprise. I don't know if that's... I mean, Chief's playing pretty funky. Yep, no Mentat. You've already got it. So Baron's just going to have to go tech negotiation. He's got no other move. There's no point early revealing. So just going to tech negotiate and just shrug pretty much. Sets him up for like, I don't know, something. Leader with 4. Has his atomics. Couple of half-decent cards out here still. Wouldn't be surprised to see him rip it and try and like pick up a really strong card though. Scientific Breakthrough is the next card that's come out here on the Talaxu row. Pretty strong card. I don't hate him taking it, truthfully. I think it's a good pick. You're about to redraw as well. He would like the intrigue for the combat, of course, but the thing is that it's kind of weird. Like, he obviously wants to win the fight, but it's a random if he gets an intrigue that helps him, or if it's even he even needs it anyways. So I think I'd rather take scientific and try and focus on getting to the end of the track here. I think this is just better for you. Yeah, I do agree. I think this is stronger. Good and Persa out next. I don't know if that'll be taken. As for the Imperium row, does opt for Duncan. Wasn't sure if he would or not. It can be a bit of a tricky card here. And Yuna's just going to draw away here. Yeah. Not too surprising. Does she strong arm the Alliance here? Nah, she won't. She would rather get something off the deck here. Didn't pull too great. I think she was looking for her other experimentation and missed it. So she's going to have to settle with what she's got, basically. Alright then, so looks like Lino's going to win this, which is a hell of a result, truth be told. Baron with 3. We'll take the Beetle, I suspect. I don't see how he doesn't take the Beetle here. Garrisons are empty. He's considering taking troops here because he's got Stage Incident. Also because, again, garrisons are empty. And he's going to be shipping next round as well, so he can really monopolize combat. I think he's partially considering doing so. It's a little risky. He's also considering, like, Corrupt Smuggler and grafting it to, like, say, Beguiling or Guild Impersonator, which there isn't some interesting synergy to be had there on both sides. I feel like a lot of the time people just take the Beetle and call it a day, though. But he's, you know, fair enough for Miriam for considering other options. I don't think Baron really needs to be doing anything crazy. Only 10 cards in the deck. Miriam's only bought 1 card so far. That's the only problem with Beguiling. Beguiling needs a lot of cheap faction accesses to, like, make good use out of, and it's hard for you to get a lot of that right now. If you want to go Corrupt and Guild Impersonator, then fine. But if you don't pull them together, you're really, really struggling. So just opts for the Beetle in the end, which I feel like's got to be the right call. We'll just take the other G manipulation which has turned up here. Can't be bad. So Yuna with 4 in the resources. Couple of decent cards out here. You know, Gunfopter now turns up. Chris Knife is also interesting. They do get extra money out of that. So Alliance, they do need to be hitting. Wouldn't be shocked to see them Atomics it. No, they go for the combination we mentioned earlier. Well, if you draw it, it's great. But if you don't, that's a problem. So, all right, taking a gamble, fair enough. So, Lino wins it. I don't think he was expecting to win it, but he has. So, great result for him. Quid Pro Quo found is not bad. Water Peddlers is pretty decent. Ariana finds strategic push. Water of Life for Yuna is nice. And Lido gets a faction bump. And yeah, might as well. That's what I would do as Lido. Like, if you've got an alliance that you can get ahead of with wild bumps, push them. Makes sense to me. Should be noted as well is that the Great Flat is building up with spice. No one can get there currently. Machinations is next. Wow. Lido was so wishing he had Highlander access right now, but he didn't find it. So, here we go then. Baron's going to go. Baron still can't get his Swordmaster is the problem. Yeah, you see, Baron almost wants to smuggle here to pick up his to get access to Swordmaster, but Ariana's going to beat him there most times. So he's just going to do it this way. I assume he goes. He does go up and down to take the troop transport. Not surprising. Machinations just going to absolutely just punt all that in. No shock there. Is going to be concerned that Lido might have access to Highlander though. I wonder if Lido might go immediate Mentat here with, like, his Signet Ring or something. Maybe try and look to actually get hold of his deploy and then go, like, Imperial Base and Highliner. I could definitely see Lido taking an action like that. There are a lot of action economy issues as well. You know, Ariana has got Twisted Mentat, so you are kind of dying on that a little bit. I don't hate going Mentat here. I'd be a bit worried that it might get taken by, like, Baron, for example. But Leo's just going to cash in their smuggling and just get ready for sword mastering next round, which is probably reasonable. Can't be a bad move. Yeah, just push the alliance. It can't be bad. And kind of play it as you see it, I guess. Talatsu Puppet now found. Yuna's going to hard buy Mentat. Hold on to calculated for later. The intention here is she's looking to go selective breeding. 100% that's the plan here. When she buys it like that, she's intending to go selective breeding and trash it. And no one can block her from getting there either. No one's got access. So Yuna's going to get kind of fortunate here. That Lito's not in a position to get in the way of this. Just got to find, especially find corrupt smugglers, what she's after. I'd say the odds are pretty good. Might even go still suits to use Water of Life, but if such a breeding's there, you might as well just do that instead. Baron is just going to go Hardy Warriors. He's just going to absolutely jam this. Yeah, no surprise here. Just put it all in. Got the +3 swords. Should I get beat? I've got stage instant. Especially when you pull plans within plans. Yeah, you're going to, you're going to go heavy at this. Obviously concerned that Leto might also have Highlander access. He doesn't. But you don't know that as Baron. Nor do I think you particularly care as Baron. Goes early High Council. I don't hate that. You know, you've got the money to spare. It's only 4 coins. I think it's a cool little move. So selective. Off it goes. Looking for corrupts. Doesn't find it. Doesn't find it. That'll annoy her a little bit. Ariana gets hold of the mass of spice here. She's kept hold of Twisted Mentat so far. Has not used it yet. I would have considered even using it on Great Flat. No one else is going there. Anyways. Shadowy Bargain found. So Baron at 13 strength. No one else has committed. Leto isn't even going in. So Baron might even get the opportunity to stage instant here and still win the conflict. And I think they're going to consider it. They're going to think about this. 5 persuasion in hand. They'll grab Sardaukar Legion. Space travel negotiated on the row now. A couple of decent cards. Leo's got 5. He's going to pick up a loose water. Fortunately, no chance to get the Great Flat, however. I imagine he'll go negotiated a lot of the time. It's a pretty popular card. So if Yuna wants to get Guild Impersonator bumps, she's going to have to go to Imperial Basin to do it. Or she's got to draw more cards. And it's kind of difficult for her to do that. So curious to see how Yuna's going to do this. I assume she'll just go Guild Impersonator and Experimentation or something. Nope, she's desperately looking for Corrupt Smuggler. So goes all in for it. Finds it in the end. Happy to spend the resources to do it. So Ariana, I think she needs to play Twisted Mentat with like a convincing. And then just firm grip afterwards. That's got to be the way you play this as Ariana, right? You just go to Carfag or something. Put the troop in. I don't see any other way to play this as Ariana. You have to use the Twisted Mentat first, because you recall the agent you send. So it's Twisted Mentat and Convincing to Carfag, probably. And then you just go firm gripping. This isn't going to work. Like, the problem is you can't go firm grip Twisted Mentat recall. Well, you can, but you've got then nowhere to deploy. So it's got to be... It's Twisted and Convincing. It's got to be Carfag. Maybe Siege occasionally? But it feels like Carfag's the obvious place to go. Harvest Cells is found. You know, use it later, I guess. So finds the pairing eventually. Does opt to just jam fold space, so they're going to go for this alliance here. They're going all in. Lena's going to have to be pretty heavy in his defense here. Yuna basically declaring war. And Ariana is going to get hold of the wealth. So everyone's going to get shipping access here. Ariana 100% should just go wealth and bump spacing. She's got the Chome Delegate. Oh, conspiring. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, fine second wave as well. So I think Strategic Push is going to get used to get in front here for the extra 2 coins or something. I don't know. Interesting what's going to happen here. I didn't expect conspiring. But I don't hate it given the garrisons are pretty empty. Yuna's got 7. And she's going to rip this row and probably look to try and find a big card. They go for more grafting. Might still rip it. Couple other decent cards. No, they do rip it. Trying to find a big card. I mean, they'll be happy enough. Power play is pretty strong. Smuggler's Thopter. Replacement Eyes is out of play. Is out of price point, however. I suspect they'll just take the Thopter and call it a day. Just draw a load of cards. Can't be bad. Yep. Especially with some grafting about. Can't be a bad move. So just to see what Ariana does here. She has a couple. Yep. Build up Freighter Fleet to help with with your Chome Delegate. Makes sense to me. Long reaches of the road, by the way. It's a very, very strong card. Spiritual Fervor as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ariana play Strategic Push here, just to get in front of the, just to get in front. Also protect the hand. Yep, that's what we see. We'll take that to deny it. Just basically you're getting the money anyways with Strategic Push. Makes total sense to me, and that will be all that happens here. So Baron wins it easily. Should just push the Emperor Alliance. Yep, makes sense. Baron needs that third bump for plans and plans anyways, and we'll move on. So round 5 coming. They're going pretty quickly. Not a surprise. Siege of Carthage is up. This is the first combat victory point of the game. Had to wait a little while for it. So Lido does have access to Swordmaster. Baron is 1 coin behind. So doesn't have to go immediately for Swordmaster here. What do you do here? I'd probably just play Experimentation. It's kind of a bit of a weird hand, this, isn't it? Yuna is putting you under pressure at the Spacing Guild. That much is obvious. At least you're charging a price for that, I guess. But I do think it's important that Leto managed to hold on to this alliance here for this game. So a bit of a tricky spot, this. He's going to go shipping, for sure. He's just trying to play out the rest of the hand. I assume you'd go Experimentation to shipping. Probably Scientific Breakthrough to Swordmaster. And then just go Secrets or Wealth and just hang out. But the problem is there's also a fight that he kind of wants to get involved in. Whoa! What is this? Wow! Duke Leto just gives up shipping. What on earth? Wow, okay. Didn't expect that. Well, units will be like, okay, sure. I'll go shipping. Surprised Unit didn't grab Calculated higher there. I thought she would have done. But that was a surprising move. Didn't expect that. So Ariana is surely just going to grab some spice here. Yeah, makes sense. But that was surprising. Finds the Chome Delegate, so she will get access to shipping. Maybe eyeing up shipping, maybe even Hardy Warriors afterwards. We'll see what the plan is. Ariana opts to go into the specimens here, interestingly. They'll both go in. There's no way they don't. Baron's only going to have 2 actions, so he's going to have to go... He's just going to go smuggling here. He's threatening Swordmaster, of course. Has to get that ready. Illicit Dealings is just an extra bump. Might even influence him going experimentation here just to get hold of the Talaxu spice and bump down for it. Now that's an option. Leader has to go with his Swordmaster, you'd think a lot of the time. Doesn't have to. Could go Mentat. But surely I don't see why you would. I have a feeling Yuna's going to go ahead and use Calculated Hire here now. You would imagine. Not sure where she's going with Fold Space. Still suits, just taking faction bumps. No spacing cards found. This is also prepping for Water of Life here, I think. She's going to go Spiceman's Flow. Here comes their Mentat take. Yep, no surprise. Going to take that away now. Ariana will ship, obviously. What's Baron going to do here? I think Baron is probably best served just going Haga Basin and getting the Talaxu spice, going Haga Basin, just get 5 spice. But you got Stilgar though, and you kind of want to use him. Those 3 swords not using's not great. So I'm not entirely sure what the plan's going to be here for Baron. Very unsure. Haga Basin experimentation seems fine. It sucks that you're not really getting much use out of Stilgar though. I don't feel like the water from Stilgar is helping a ton. The alternative is you could go like Carfag and like double Intrigues. The problem is you don't want to lose plans, you don't want to use Stage Instance. So it's very difficult for Baron to get hold of more Intrigues here without being able to use them, offload them here. So I don't know. I feel like Baron just going Haga Basin, you know, and just having 5 Persuasion, grabbing like Power Play or something. Can't be bad. It's not ideal. I do think Baron was eyeing up going Mentat with his Signet Ring or something, but I just don't see much of another option here. Yeah, I think this has got to be the best move. Just grab a load of spice and look to target, get hold of Power Play, use that on Bene Gesserit or something, and just threaten factions and stuff. It can't be a bad move, this. Leto is just going to defend his alliance here. I think that's probably a wise move. Eyeing up, getting hold of Spice. Oh, he repulls the Fold Space. That's amazing. That's so unlucky for Leo. That's the only card that doesn't bind the Spiceman's Flow on the spot. That is very unlucky. He redraws it. He also maybe shouldn't have redrawn, but I don't hate redrawing trying to find it. But he also is concerned that he still could lose his alliance here because Yuna's eyeing up shipping. Yeah, I think there's a lot of problems here. It's just to see what's going to happen. Poison Snooper is found. She can't use Strong Arm. Finds Corrupt. The problem is, how would she... Oh, this could be interesting here. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit unlucky for Lito. Lito's really annoyed about how that's gone. He was considering doing this to go Poison Snoopering, or use Quid Pro Quo even. I don't see any card that Yoon is trashing with Poison Snooper. So, a bit unlucky for Lito to redraw the Fold Space, but I mean, it was a D7. What can you do? You do need to have a plan, though, of, like, if I do miss it. I mean, he could use Talaxu Puppet to get it anyways, and I think he should consider using Talaxu Puppet just to get the Spiceman's Flow. I know you can keep it in your hand for endgame, but I'd rather just take the card, personally. I don't know. See what Leader wants to do. I assume he's using Quid Pro Quo anyways to protect his alliance, and also get the point with the Bene Gesserit. I assume that is why Leto went Selective Breeding. So he can use Quid Pro Quo. That's the only thing I can assume is the point here. And he probably should do. Like, he's in definite danger of that alliance. Like, Yuna will gun that down if she can. So Ariana's up in a moment. So I assume she's just going to go Carfag or something. Yuna has not yet used her... She's not yet done her research, so does opt for the extra intrigue. Finds counterattack. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not enough card. Ariana's just got to go Carfag, you'd think a lot of the time. Oh, she has Diplo, actually. Forgot about that. What do you want to do here as Ariana? Could go wealth. Just get in front of the alliance. I had a feeling she was going to go Hardy Warriors, but I think she was expecting stiffer opposition than this. Just doing this to get Harvest Cells triggered. She's got second wave as a backup if she needs it. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see her putting a third troop here. So Baron with 5 should take power play. Lido has got 8. Finds Opponents peels off though. He might not be too unhappy now. Opponents is not a bad card for him, but again, unlucky to have found the fold space. Just see when he's going to play this. Here comes Quid Pro Quo. Yep, as noted. No surprise there. That's why he gave up the shipping to do so. Might go replacement eyes, but I think opulence. How often are you going to get hold of opulence and actually score that? I mean, to be fair, you also just need Emperor access to get this point. Although you've got your ring, which will make up for that, so maybe you don't. I don't know. Could go long reach once in a blue moon. You've got a couple of Bene Gesserit cards. Placing eyes could be played with spiritual, maybe even once on a blue moon. I don't know. See how he plays it. Goes for replacement in the end. He's going to rip the row, hoping to find something else. Well, he's peeled off a Talaxu Master for his opposition. I think it was a bit of a liberal spin there by Red. So Yuna's got 8 persuasion currently. She was, I think, going to use just Water of Life and go Spice Must Flow, but I don't think she's going to do so now. I think she's just going to limp a troop in for a really good second place. And go TM. Looks like it. Got a buy for yellow. Does have atomics. I don't hate yellow atomicsing here. Just to keep Tim away from green. And you might find a decent, like, 2-coster or something that you might want. But just decides to let him have it. Yuna opts for Interstellar Conspiracy to graph all the spacing cards. Just looking just to jam factions here. You'd think that green had plans within plans. Green's not going to use any intrigues here. They're going to use Water of Life next round, I assume. I don't expect they'll buy any more. So, happy times. So Ariana gets a pretty cheap point. Yeah, we'll be fairly happy. Yeah, you'll be happy enough with that. And the Harvest Sales, giving the extra couple of specimens. That will surely go into a... You could consider top decking Face Dancer Initiate, actually. I wouldn't have hated that. But, fair enough. Pura Base is up next. Back-to-back points as we get ready for the tier 3s. Ariana. Oh, Ariana pulls her Diplo now. She was really hoping, I think, to find that next round. But she's pulled it early. Little tricky. So Yuna immediately obviously uses Bindu. Is going to need to use another Intrigue. Interstellar, Guild Impersonator, Esmar's there. Only Esmar and Signet Ring are the only 2 cards that get to shipping, however. So, a bit of a complicated hand for Yuna. I think she might use Water of Life anyway. She's going to use it, yeah. I'm not surprised to see this. Just drawing everything. So, Spice of Flow is going to be obviously incoming here. The problem is the only issue with Yuna, of course, is that she can't jam the Space Alliance anymore. So I suspect what we'll see is Interstellar and Corrupt Smuggler get used together. She's going to use this to get hold of more money. And she's going to use this to grab hold of Mimic. Yeah, so just going to start buying Spiceless Flows. Players got to start picking up some points here. They are not in danger of falling behind, but they're just going to be a little bit careful here. I assume they'll just bump Bene Gesserit here. Now, why would you not normally just bump that? Well, the reason is, of course, because of intrigue. That's why. It's going to make a punt for the Emperor here and try and make people's life difficult. I think she's got the ability to make life difficult for people here. But the only way that Interstellar Conspiracy gives a bump is she's got to play it with Inzamar 2Ek, which I can't imagine is the plan. There it is. We'll see. So Ariana's got to decide if she's going to look to Highline now or not. I think, given the situation, I don't hate Ariana just smuggling and highlighting and taking this fight down. It's unfortunate you've drawn Diplo now, but that's the way it goes. I think this can't be a bad move. Go down, get your Talaxu point, highline, take Imperial Basin, and then look to just try and score some points. You've got some problems with the Emperor, though, so there's a lot going on here. It's complicated, the situation. And there's no way, I don't think, for Ariana to highline and then go Great Flat and get the spice back, unfortunately, to highline again. It's very unlikely we'll see that. You'd imagine someone's going to set up the highlining before she'd be able to do it again, even if she found the axis again. Baron's up. Tricky spot for Baron. Baron, I think, is eyeing up, selective breeding here. Is also keeping potential options of going to the Emperor, perhaps. But Sardaukar Legion's kind of a weird one. Seat for Duke Leto. Uses Duncan. So he's going to use this for the card draw and the troops. So Duncan's going in here. Obviously, it has negotiated withdrawal. So that's probably where these troops are going. Ariana's probably got to highline this fight somewhere. So let's see what Yuna's plan is. She can take the Emperor Alliance using Signet Ring, but it's now getting a little bit difficult. Leto might not retreat here. Leto doesn't have a ton of reasons to retreat, truthfully. So just going to go Mentat and just use the get in front of the Emperor Alliance, I suspect we'll see. Because it's in some danger. Now that is a most interesting move. So why is Yuna not wanting to get in front? Now, the reason is she's got strong arm. She's trying to get someone to bump in front so that then she bumps in front of them with strong arm. I think that's what's kind of going on here. There's a bit of gamesmanship, a bit of fun going on. Maybe even using Esmar 2Ek. Is she going to use Esmar 2Ek here instead of shipping? I think she might be considering it. Back to Ariana, who is not enjoying life right now. I think if I was Ariana, I would probably... You could go Basin with Spiritual, put a troop in and see what happens. Could also go Wealth or Highline. Yep, does indeed Highline. So Ariana feels she's just got to do it now. I put in 6. You've got Second Wave as your backup, of course. So Leto can now just safely retreat. Doesn't have to worry about it. What is Baron going to do here? I assume Baron is going to use Sardaukar Legion at Swordmaster, but I don't know. Baron doesn't necessarily need to go for this, go for the Emperor Alliance. But he could also just go Wealth and just garrison forward troop. But you feel like he's got to go Swordmaster here, right? I don't know. It's a tricky spot. I think this deserves definitely some time and thinking and some attention here. Geo Manipulation you also kind of want to use. You've got, what, 6 Persuasion in hand. Yeah, it's tough, this. Geo Manipulation and just trashing your dagger out can't be bad. So he's definitely eyeing up going to Sardaukar Legion of Wealth if it's still there. Leto's going to reset station with his ring. Looking for Spice Must Flow. Gets it. That's his chase point of the Emperor. And he'll retreat to probably make that safe. I don't know if he'll go for, like, the I think he would just, I don't know, we'll see what he does here. I imagine he's just going to retreat and just take the Emperor bump, I would guess, but I don't know. So let's see what Yuna's going to do here. Diplo's in hand still. Could just go Wealth and just garrison troops. Could just go Secrets, take 2 intrigues. You feel like she's going for at least one of them. Does she think she can win this fight is the next question. I think she's definitely giving herself options to go for it. Counterattack and Tactician in hand. But if you're going to do that, wouldn't you have just like used Signet Ring to take the Emperor Alliance at the same time and just whip in 1,000,000 troops? Has got 10 persuasion at the moment. So if Yuna wants to get the Spice Must Flow, it's a bit tricky for her, this. That's 10 including Minimic. Anyway, instead of Conspiracy, place is 2 Persuasion card. But the problem is, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a bit weird, this. You've got draw with Plan Coupling. I feel like Plan Coupling experimentation can't be a bad move. You know? And just see what happens. How badly do you want to get, like, the Emperor Alliance or something? How greedy do you want to get here? Let's see how much he wants to fight for these lines. I feel like you'd be better off probably just getting in front of the Bene Gesserit and then just harass the Emperor Alliance. It feels not easy to win the Emperor Alliance here. Does play as Martuek. Just going Arrakis, I guess. Yeah, to protect the try and protect the draw here. Wow. So I can only assume this is going to the Emperor here to obviously get in 5 troops here. No. Does she think she can win this? Ariana's still got an action to go, is what's making this really difficult. Yuna back at 10 persuasion. I feel like Yuna's just going to put in 2 and then just Diplo, like, Secrets, and just, like, strong arm one of the troops out of the conflict. It feels like that's what she's going to do here. Yuna reveals early to grab the TM. Figures there's not much else to do. I don't think that TM's ever going to be of any... Might not be much use. So Baron might as well just go Wealth here and just garrison a load of troops. No reason not to. Leo's got a free Diplo. He might as well just go Secrets. No, he still suits it. So now he's threatening Blue's Friend Alliance, putting pressure on that. Yuna's just going to go Secrets, I guess. Nope, is going to conspire Strong Arm by the looks of it. And just cement this. Yep, just cements it up. Not a surprise. I don't think it was ever in any actual danger of Blue taking it, but, you know, Blue won't be unhappy at seeing that. So, I think Green knows. So, Leader will take the Spice Must Flow. They're going to retreat, and I would love to see them either put pressure on the Bene Gesserit or Friend Alliance with this retreat bump. And just rely on their ring, catch up the Emperor later on. But plays it safe. I think there could have been some pressure put on there. I would really like to have seen them go, maybe even Fremen, just get some more water in hand, or, you know, a few bits and pieces, but never mind. In any event. So, Yuna will take the Spice Must Flow. Probably just going to cull out Esmar Tuek at this point. Yeah, it's done its job. Get the resources. Can't be a bad move. You're considering using counterattack to get the extra water ahead of Lido here. Strongly considering it. I mean, if you do it, you probably get it. I don't see why Lido's really going to bother spending an entry to beat you. If you want to spend your entry to get the extra water, I don't think Lido's going to fight you for it. But your Garrison's a little bit stacked here. And wouldn't you rather just use Tactician? Yuna might just pass and call it a day. Yeah, and does. So Ariana will be happy enough. They've got their second battle point. Obviously didn't want to have to highline now, but not really much they can do about it. Let me move on. All right, then. Here we go, then. Round 7. Tier 3 conflicts coming. And it's economic supremacy up first. It's a big fight. Wow. Oh, my God. Look at Ariana's hand. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. That is a wild one. I wonder if Ariana might double bump here. With intentions of cashing in the shipping with Freighter Fleet. I think she might bump up here. Bump up twice and grab like Chow Murky or something. And she's gonna do so. So, no one has immediate highliner access. Lido can definitely get it by going Great Flat and can beat Yuna to it. This is going to be a race here. I feel like Highliner is going to be pretty important, but it's economic supremacy, which is weird. No one, the only put, you know, green and yellow have plenty of money. Yuna feels like they've got to get at least a couple of points from this fight. Maybe even all 3. Is there a way they can get the Benny Alliance and still score free for the combat or something? Or still pick up Spiceman's Flow? I don't know. But I feel like Green's going to try and find a way to just end this game on the spot. They've got their Signet Ring as well, which helps. But it would put them at 5 coins. It would be not enough to actually score the money point, however. So, this could get complicated this round. Yuna's going to bump up here and trash Shadowy Bargain. I don't think it's helping you too much anymore. Might get a second wave, though, actually. If you're going to put in troops, you ain't got many. Shadowy Bargain gives you some possible points if you draw your TM. Yeah, I actually think second wave is the better thing to get rid of here. That's a good find. Just finds a straight Bene Gesserit bump. That takes some pressure off. And finds firm grip. That'll be... That definitely feels not bad. Baron's just going to Steel Suit to get his 2 water here. And just try and give himself options. Baron can't expect to get to the... Can't expect to get to Great Flat much, though. Surely Lido... Yep. Lido's... Oh my god! Whoa! And Lido doesn't even bother with it, Great Flat. Wow. Didn't expect that. So Lido gets the end of the track, so he gets his breakthrough point. He's going to trash Scientific Breakthrough for a Beal as well. So loads of points he has scored for Lido. This is going to get him to 8. Spiceman's Flow is surely going to be 9. Can Lido get to the 10? Yeah, I don't think he does. Yeah. No, they researched twice, didn't they? Yeah, he researched twice. So, yeah. Does get the extra draw there. Yuna just opts to just Signet Ring here. Surely he's just going to go ahead on the Bene Gesserit. But Lido now is threatening ending this game. Yuna's surely just going to take Bene Gesserit here. Like, there's no choice about it. Reinforcements is found, which is nice. The problem is her bowl's pretty stacked. It's not as good as it looks. So Lido can get the 9th point here with the Spiceless Flow. Can they find 10th point somewhere? If they do, I think they just win the game. Can they get 2nd place in conflict here? It's difficult. Maybe like maybe they go to like Siege with Duncan or something. I think that's going to be his best choice. They've got to try and find a way to get to 10 points. And they've got to find a way to do it now. If so, I think they're probably in the quarterfinals, but I don't know. It's a tough one. Ariana, meanwhile, is in some trouble here. Ariana's hand is very tricky. Probably just going to go Carfag and just put dudes in here. Yeah, seems reasonable. I wonder if Firm Grip might go to, like, High Council. Surely they're going to pay for the... now they definitely are going to consider it with Council Dispensation. I think that now might well be the move. Firm Grip, High Council, pay for the Bene Gesserit bump, and then Sisters gives you the bump there. I mean, I'd be honest, I think this is looking pretty bad for Chief here. I'm not sure how he's gonna win this one, truthfully. It's looking really bad for him. He needs this game to go at least another round to have any chance. Where does Baron go with this? He's just going to go selective? Yeah, just going to card draw here. So, yeah. This is a bit desperate, this. 8 Persuasion. Sardaukar Legion means he doesn't have to go to a battle space to deploy more troops if he wants to. He's got the stage incident point, so these will be going in. He also needs to do that for plans. So he's at 1 point for plans. Stage is 1. Lino just Arrakis it with fold space, obviously to protect his spice for Sloan. Realize he's got to win this battle point here. So he's going to try and save Duncan and keep the swords going. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 Persuasion. So has some options here. Wonder if we might see a trip to Secret if he can still get there. Yuno's running out of options here. Just going to protect the Bene Gesserit Alliance. Just going to put them in here. No! This is greedy. Wow, you really think yellow had... Green has got plans within plans. And blue's like, what's going on here? So Yuna's basically just going to go all in here for this combat. But the problem is, they can't end the game here, I don't think. Yep, Ariana does go Firm Grip. Just got to take the Benny bump and call it a day. But you feel this is the last couple of moves of Ariana here. She's considering trying to find any way to find a Fremen still, but it's just not on. It's just not much you can do here. If you flute, like, I mean, I know you really want to gamble, but like it looks pretty bad here. Just gonna take the point. This one hasn't gone well for Chief, truthfully. It's been a rough one for him. So Baron's at 8 Persuasion. Baron is gonna... He doesn't have to deploy. Sardaukar Legion will deploy for him. Does opt for the water instead for the Firm Grip point. They didn't draw anything at the Benny, so there's no new information, so it's fine. Figure they might as well try and do something. They're hoping to fluke something with Chow Murky, basically. Like a finesse or something so that they can steal the alliance. I don't hate trying. I feel like, yeah, just taking... Like, worst of all, if you miss, you can just take the Bene Gesserit bump anyways, so... I don't hate this. What on earth is Baron's best move here? You've trashed your Diplo. You have no access to Highliner anymore. I think you just experiment and just grab Spice. I don't really see what else you can do here. Yeah, I don't really see any other moves. So, looks like Baron's just gonna... He's just gonna prep up for staging here. About the best he can do in the situation. Can Baron Harkonnen? Oh, he's gonna ship to get hold of his spacing point. Fair enough, then. Leo's just gonna grab Restricted Ordnance. It's +4 swords. It's a clever move. Good spot. Just giving himself the best chance he can. I would have considered keeping hold of the Spiceless Flow card there. Truthfully. I think I would have preferred having that loose spice about. So Yuna's just gonna just jam everything in here. And just try and take 2 points. Not much else to be done here. So Ariana will bump down. Yuna is threatening to win. If she has Windfall, by the way, she's threatening to win the game. Oh my god, I've just seen Memocorders have turned up in the row here. Oh my god, oh, Ariana's taking that, for sure. Oh my god, Ariana. Oh, that's going to steal the Feminine Alliance from Baron. Oh, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky for Baron. And that's mortal for Miru. Miru's not coming back from that. That is very unlucky. Nothing you can do about that with the Memocorders peel off. That's just super unlucky. Bad times for Baron. Nothing you can do about it. That just sucks. So Duke Leto is hoping this game ends right now. Spice must flow, and second place is good enough for him. Talaxu Puppet's also an endgame point here. Red looking to finish this one right now. Takes the troops, notably, which is relevant. And I think this is it. I think this is over. I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop this. Red's going through here. Yuna's going to finish at 9. But it's not good enough. Unless Yuna can fluke something here. Oh, Yuna should have gone smuggling. And you would have got 4 coins. 2 for smuggling and 2 for Haga Basin, and then you score an extra point out of the conflict. You can't score economic supremacy's second point here. They didn't even bother to try. I think Yuna had to gamble there, because this is only 2 points. It's no point. The leaders get second, it doesn't matter. I think that was a miss. I think Yuna should have gone smuggling there and just gambled for all 3 points with tactician and counterattack in hand. Like, you got 7 swords. I think that would have been the best way to play it if I was green, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, Yuna's not even going to use any of them. And that's it. It's all over. So, Is This Guy Again is going to go through to the quarterfinals. Played a very solid game. I think he made a couple of good choices. You know, made good use of resources here as well. Getting the 2 spiceless flows. Found the scientific point. Defended the space launch, which was absolutely key. And Lido, with a very solid game, is going to be through to the next round. Well played to them. I think they were definitely the best player on the day here. Everyone else here is going to be eliminated. No one gets through as a second place finisher. So here's a confirmation of the results. And it's just, again, we'll be through to the quarterfinals. Again, very solid play. Pretty good game overall. And the quarterfinal K against Shadowblade, Matthias, and one of the fastest losers awaits him. I think he'd be super happy to get through this game. It was a tough old match. But managed to just negotiate his way through. And yeah, found the extra point at the end there. I think economic supremacy for him was an absolutely monster win, because he was never likely to win it. But it gave him that 10th point he needed oh so badly. CptWest is not going to qualify through as a second place finisher. Although I actually do think, looking at the results, that if they had gone smuggling and found the extra point with the combat, they would actually be a fastest loser on water tiebreaks. So, not by much, with a few games still to go, but they would have been in with a chance. But as it is, they are eliminated from the competition alongside Miru and Chiefcll. It was a very interesting game overall. I think everyone played up fairly solidly. Clearly, very quickly, a key battle in this was going to be once Yuna decided to take all the fold space stuff and try to go for the spacing alliance. It's always really difficult, though, when the person with that alliance is always acting before you. Makes seeing it very difficult. You're only really going to ever take it if they decide to neglect the alliance. If they proactively defend, it's always really difficult to take it. So, it was a risk. And the thing is, as well, for someone like Duke Leto is probably also the worst person to do it against, because they are one of the few people that can definitely go and defend their spacing alliance pretty actively at fold space, because they've got their ring, which will supplant their their influence bumps elsewhere. So, you know, it was definitely a brave choice from CptWest. I don't hate the move at all. I think, it was nice to get that. You had that Esmar Tuek as well. It was worth going for, but it was going to be difficult to actually seal that alliance. And Lino making good use of his resources. I mean, it wasn't even like he drew excessively great either. I mean, his deck's kind of like a bits and pieces, you know, just a load of fine, solid cards, you know, Truthsayer, G-Manipulation, they even got a bit of extra bonus use out of Duncan Loyal. They even got a bit of extra use out of Duncan Idaho, which I wasn't quite expecting, but they managed to make good use out of him. And yeah, I just think he played a really, really solid game and be really happy to have gotten through. Definitely best player of the day. Yeah, I do think, like, CptWest made a bit of a hash of this last round, though. Went really heavy on the conflict, but if you're going to do that, you had to try and gamble for all 3 points. But alas. In any event, that is going to do it all for this one. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. We've got a few more games to be played left of this knockout round, and then the quarterfinals in the new year. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the next conflict.